Randy and Marisa here on this beautiful Sunday morning, and we're going to talk about last week and maybe this week a little bit. So, hope everybody's doing well. Let's see. So last week we went to the Questura, and I got her on an interview, and I'll show you that here.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Filming you.
Why?
Because you're nervous.
I'm a nervous wreck.
Nervous wreck. She's a nervous wreck. So it's Monday morning, May 12th, and we are in Perugia at the Questura for my Permesso di Soggiorno appointment. We got here a little bit early because traffic in Perugia in the morning is not pleasant, to say the least. But anyway, Marisa's a little nervous, so we're trying to get her calmed down. I'll let you know how it goes. All right, so we got an update on the Questura visit. It went flawless, really no issues at all, and I've been granted a 5-year Permesso di Soggiorno. So we had somebody ask about why I got a Permesso and not a Carta di Soggiorno, and it was just, our understanding is that the Permesso is the only thing that's available anymore. The Carta is not there.
Said
so
it's not called a Carta anymore.
Yeah.
It's called a Permesso.
So that's what it is. But it's still a family visa D. I don't remember what the number is, but yeah, and 5 years, and but I'm eligible because she's an EU citizen and an Italian citizen. We'll be married 3 years in December of this year, and I have lived here a year next year, and so that qualifies me to apply for citizenship and get an Italian passport. There's a discussion right now going on in the Italian government that would eliminate the language requirements for spousal visas. So I would not have to pass a B1 in order to get the citizenship. So they don't currently require that for the what's the bloodline.
Judy's. Oh my God, I can't remember. Well, anyway.
Anyway, they don't require the language part for bloodline. So if your grandma or your mom or dad or grandpa or whoever was Italian and you've applied for that citizenship, you don't have to take the language test. So anyway, all right. Moving on. We don't know a whole lot about that, but we can get you the name of a lawyer that does if you're interested. She's great, does immigration, and awesome at it. All right, we had a great date night, and we found this little restaurant. We went and ate there once, and it was so good. Oh my gosh. And so we decided to go back and try different things. And what's the name again?
Il Poderaccio.
Il Poderaccio. Literally down the street from us.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to overlay pictures of what we got. But we ordered, and this is what, again, blows my mind about this country in particular. And when I make these cost comparisons, I'm not necessarily comparing one part of Italy to another because I know there's cheaper and more expensive areas to live in Italy. If you're down in Sicily or Calabria or Puglia, it's going to be less expensive. Yeah. If you're in Milan or Bologna or wherever up north, it might be more expensive. And so we get that. I'm comparing it to Florida, what we're used to when we go on date night. So we went out, we had appetizers, we had a bottle of wine, we had entrees, dessert, like everything, like start to finish. And it was 85 euros, all said and done. That would have probably been double that, if not more, in Florida, at a similar restaurant.
When you consider that a pizza here, a margherita pizza, is €5.
5 or 6 euros.
5, 6, maybe 7.
Tops.
At the top.
Yeah.
In Florida, we used to pay like $19 to $22 for
a margarita pizza.
I mean, it's just beyond inexcusable.
It is.
I have no idea.
It's
here,
very expensive.
The waiters have a living wage, so it's all included in that.
You pay a corpetto, and
it's like,
and
what are we doing wrong in the States?
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, that's
So-
true. Yeah, and don't get me wrong. Again, if you go to a chain pizza place, you can get a little less cheaper pizza, but you
Yeah.
cannot even from Domino's or Pizza Hut or any of that nasty, the chain pizzas that people really shouldn't eat. You still aren't getting a $6 pizza typically. Large pizza, you're
Yeah.
not. Anyway, all right, moving on. I can rant about fast food, junk food a lot
day
because it's so bad for you. It's beyond. No one should be eating it. It should be banned worldwide. I feel strongly about that. But teach their own. All right. Oh, we got some more windows put in,
Yes.
and now actually all of the windows on the house are done. They're all new. They're all in. The only thing we're missing is one shutter.
Yeah,
It should be coming this week, and the mosquito netting, which we were told would take a couple of more weeks. So waiting on that. I've got some footage. I'll show you the windows, and it's not much. The shade fixed on this one, and they have all of the. I closed this one, so I can't really show you. But they have all the trim put up. I'm going to film that from the outside. I had to take this trim, the shade off here to fix it so it opens out like that instead of over like that, because you can't reach it. They trimmed all up around it. They did all of them. All of them are, this one's not done. I lied. He didn't trim this one. All right. He didn't trim the kitchen window. He didn't trimmed it yet. The kitchen window in. Two windows side by sides. Those are in and done. On the inside anyway. We have the new garage window in. It does not open. I'll show you from the outside now. Okay. This is the garage window. That's my bedroom window with the holders. This is the bathroom window, but they had to take it off like I said before. So it's got to open outward from the bottom instead, or the top instead of the side. There's the kitchen from the outside. They got to put the shutters on it. My new lemon tree. This one they got the shutters on. And my other lemon tree. Let's take a look from the road and see what it looks like. Luna's not recognizing me. We're just missing those shutters now, and all of the mosquito trim, mosquito netting. They did in our upstairs bathroom. They had put a shutter on, but because of the way the bathroom is set up, if you opened up the shutter and locked it with the latch, you couldn't reach the latch and get to it to close it again.
No, it's just awkward.
And it was really, it was a little dangerous too. Like you might fall out the window trying to get it. So they changed it to a louver style instead, that the louvers actually, instead of being fixed, you can move them up and down.
Yeah.
Only in Italy, folks. All right. maybe Greece too. Okay. We went last night to our neighbor John and Julia, and we had a wonderful. Yesterday afternoon, it was a lunch at 12:30, and we had this wonderful lunch. And Julia made us all look bad with our cooking skills, completely. And it was like Michelin star stuff, where it comes out and it's all neat and got the sauces, and it was delicious.
Flowers,
it was great. It was great.
I cannot compete.
No, I joked with him. I said, when we have our housewarming, we're going to do beans on toast and hot dogs. Like, we won't. It's a joke, but we won't be as fancy as that.
No.
Very good dinner, very lovely people, and we were also with our neighbors, Vibran and Jacqueline, and we all had lunch together. 6 hours of lunch and multiple bottles of wine, and it was a lot of fun.
And limoncello.
Yeah, limoncello, homemade limoncello from a friend that
Yeah,
it was so good. Anyway, yeah, it was a lot of fun. We slept great.
Yes.
But my segue is that she had given us some vegetables. She has this lovely terraced garden, and she grows these really gorgeous onions.
Yeah.
And I think in the video I actually called it, I called this stuff chard, but I looked it up, it's a dinosaur kale. It's a pebbly dinosaur kale.
Okay.
And so we took the kale, and our favorite thing to do with kale is to make chips out of it.
Yeah.
So you put it on a baking sheet, a little olive oil and salt, and you bake them until they're crisp, and they don't last long.
No, I ate the whole thing.
They're gone.
No,
So she gave us more last night. She gave us some more onions and some more kale, and so we're gonna make more. And I'm gonna roast the onions tonight with dinner. So
I actually want to do that. She gave us fava beans, so I'm gonna boil them and puree them with a little olive oil, Parmesan cheese.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like a spread. It'll be nice. That's what I forgot to get, bread. But anyway.
So her vegetables from the garden gave me an idea that, hey, I've got 2.5 acres. I should have a little garden at the very least. So I mapped out a little area, and I started to build this by hand. I've got a little video of it. All right, we started the dirt work on a 2x3 meter, what will be a raised bed, I think. So that's the way we started it anyway. I didn't really want to bore you with the details of it all, but we strung it out this morning and squared it off, and then I started digging on the sloped side because it's sloped like that, and so the rocks that we put in, the bricks, will have to sit a little deeper, so we have it's even across this way. And then we stripped most of the grass out of it for now, but we're both out of gas at this point. It's lunchtime, so I gotta dump my second load of dirt in the cart. I gotta go dump that, and then we're gonna go grab some lunch. Maybe we'll get back on this afternoon. I think up here what we're gonna do is we're gonna just dig this up a little bit, and I've got a bunch of melon plants that are ready to be transplanted, and I think they'll do good up here, and they can just kind of take over this area. I'm just gonna till it up by hand, I think, and plant those. I know in the video it says we were going to do we were thinking about a raised garden, raised bed garden, but the stone that I wanted to get was too expensive to do that. So if we do a raised bed, we're going to have to go in to look at wood options or something that's a little less expensive than ancient brick that the guy was trying to sell me. I don't need ancient brick.
No, but it's beautiful.
It is gorgeous brick.
Stones, and these old homes get taken apart, and they take the stones and they clean them, sandblast them, and they're beautiful. They're like hundreds of years old.
Yeah, but it's €2.50 each, and you need a pallet of them, and you're looking at 600 euros.
But I think once we remodel the home, I would like to use them inside the house.
Sure. And I think that's where they would be better. Yeah, we can just use some concrete. Anyway, I digress. We got a little garden laid out that we're gonna transplant in tomatoes and strawberries and melons, and that's what I've got right now. Maybe I have peppers too. I have peppers.
Yeah, you have peppers.
I started a lot of stuff from seeds, and they're on the back. All right. One of the things that got delivered this week were some lemon trees, and we had made a trip to a garden center called Bosco because I noticed that a neighbor up the street has these beautiful lemon trees in pots. And so we started asking around, and we were told at first, well, lemons won't grow in this region. but there's lemon trees literally up the street.
He's got multiple.
And they're thriving.
Yeah.
So we went to this garden center, Bosco, and talked to them, and they're like, yeah, we can do that. Lemon trees will do fine here in a pot, and you can bring them inside during if it's really cold, or cover them up or whatever, and they'll be fine. So we picked out the pots, these gorgeous, they're terracotta.
They're handmade. They're beautiful.
And I didn't like the trees that he had because they were a little puny. And we told him, I said, look, we really would like to have trees that have lemons on them that are, ready to go, that look good. So they told us, give him a while, and they would see what they could do.
Yeah.
And he ended up delivering these 2 beautiful trees in the pots that we ordered, full of dirt, all ready to go. Brought them out and set them up. Yeah. So I've got some video of that that'll probably overlay over this. So you got that. All right, we're gonna finish out here. Keep the video short. So what we're trying to do now for our health, and I've already been doing it. She does a little. She does it quite a bit, but I do a lot more. I walk an average of 8 to 8.5 miles a day, just doing stuff. Taking the dog for a walk, going up and down the stairs in the house, going down back to do stuff on the property, walking around the property, whatever. So we decided we were going to have an active walk, a couple of times a week where we just walk after dinner, big dinner. Yeah.
Nice.
So we went on this walk, and I think you've seen the videos where we go down that way, and I take the dog, I take Leo down, and you've seen that. So that heads toward Lago Trasimeno. But now we took a walk up this way and headed toward Lago Chiusi. At the top of this road in the city center of Vaiano, there's a war memorial, and I may have mentioned in one of the other videos that it was not being taken care of, so I started taking care of it. I mow it and I trim it and clean the trash out of it and whatnot. I don't know why nobody takes care of it, but they don't. I guess they don't have money to do it, or I don't know. Anyway. It doesn't matter, you can complain about something or you can do something about it. So it comes down to that, and it's no sweat off my back. It takes me half hour. I'm good to go. So, but I never really looked at the war memorial. I'd seen it, but I never really looked at it and read it. And so this time on our walk, we stopped and we read it, and I filmed it, and I want to share that with you because it's very sad.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can read this or not. It says, in memory of the 61 men under the command of the 4th British Infantry Division and belonging to the 2-4 Battalion, the Hampshire Regiment, 2nd Battalion, Somerset Light Infantry, 22nd and 23rd Field Companies, the Royal Artillery, 12 Canadian Armored Regiments, who died during the liberation of Vaiano and La Villa, probably Villa Strada, yeah. 24th, 25th, 26th of June, 1944. These are the names. Look at all the families.
The civilians.
Look at the civilians. Look at the women. Gina, Asunta, Maria, Argentina. It's crazy. Much respect to them and their families. And all right, and then we walked down toward Lago Chiusi, and I'm going to share. That walk was 14 minutes, so I'm not going to film the whole thing. I don't know if you want to watch a 14-minute walk, but I will. I'll chop it up, the good parts, and show you some of the views and this amazing sunset that happened that I tried to catch on time lapse, and I don't know what happened to the camera. It got like 30 seconds of time lapse on it, so you'll see. Randy and Marisa here, and we've decided we're going to take a nice little stroll up to the center of Vaiano, and we thought that we might invite you guys along via video.
You might get the sunset.
Yeah, so we're going to try to get the sunset over Lago Chiusi. But regardless, the view up here is amazing. So I'm gonna turn the camera around, and some people don't trim, but that's okay.
Look at all the calla lilies.
They have,
yeah,
have lots of them. Very, very pretty. Well, Sarah.
This is the elderberry that you said.
These are this elderberry. Yeah. These.
Shout out to Nikki and Carlo.
Yeah. Nikki and Carlo, if you guys watch them.
Positano.
Yeah, Nikki Positano. These things smell amazing.
She made a liqueur.
She makes some kind of a liqueur or a sweet a sweet syrup or something out of them. I don't know.
Look at these rose bushes.
Very, very pretty gardens up here. We love this town.
It smells so good.
It does smell really good. I'm from a smaller town, much bigger than this one, but I grew up in the outskirts of that town and on a farm. So I'm used to not having a whole lot of people around. Conversely, Marisa has lived in big cities in Italy, New York City, New Jersey, even Florida, Fort Myers. Yeah, so this is a big change for her and me too, because I'm not used to being in a town this small. There's literally a couple hundred people live between Viano and Villa Strada. There's not a large population here.
So there's a townhouse for sale here.
Yeah, so
we might be considering.
We'll show you this. They're asking 50 grand for it.
It's negotiable.
Euros, and we haven't seen the inside of it, but give them a call. If I had the money, I'd buy it. A vacation rental.
This is the piazza.
And it's a lovely, like I said, it's a lovely town. This is the only piazza in the town. The church, the only church in town. And there are some very, very pretty buildings. A lot of old trees. Oh, that tree's not doing so good. That tree might be dying. I didn't notice that before.
Yeah, that one is
It's dying. So this is the in most of the towns and throughout Italy, there's World War I, World War II memorials. This is one that's here in Viano. I'm a very humble person, and I'm a veteran, and I saw that this was being neglected, so I do take care of it. I don't want any accolades for it. I really don't. This is something that these men deserve, in my mind, that they have something that's kept nice. That when we got up here, the grass was overgrown, literally 2 feet tall, and I came in with a weed trimmer and I did the whole thing. And the next step is going to be to see if I can get permission from the mayor or somebody to replace these flowers the flower beds that are full of weeds with regular flowers. Anyway, it's a beautiful place. So there's Lago Chiusi, and the sun probably blinding you guys right now.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful place. I do love it so much.
We can try walking down.
It's amazing. Yeah, we'll walk down and around. There's another apartment for sale. We don't know the price of that one because it's not on like Idealista or any of the websites, so it might be a private sale, which would be more cost effective. You don't have to pay a realtor. So the other thing they're trying to do here, this building, Il Circolino.
It used to be open before COVID.
Yeah,
And if you're a member, you can come sit, have coffee, sometimes add pastries. But they want to open it. They're trying to find somebody that can actually open up a proper coffee shop /
restaurant or whatever. Yeah.
place.
So they're looking. So if you're interested in that, you know, you can send me a message and we'll get you the, oh, that big puppy. We'll get you in contact with the mayor. I know, he's a big wolf. He might come over here. He gets over that fence.
This is an elementary school we're coming up on.
Yeah.
This used to be the tennis courts, the soccer field, but it's all been.
Yeah.
Because COVID, and then
Yeah.
they never
Then just didn't.
started it up again.
They didn't. They finally mowed this, and trimmed it all. It was 2.5 feet tall. It was.
Oh, this is the elementary.
But this is the elementary school. Are we in the? Yeah.
No, somebody's coming.
It's coming up that way.
Yeah.
So elementary school. And unfortunately, they don't have new students enrolled for this next year. So that says that the town is not growing in terms of the youth, obviously.
Well, it's an older population.
So, buonasera. So if you're, you know, you got family, you got kids, again, this is such a great place. The people that live here are some of the best people in the world. Sorry, I get a little emotional, because they really are. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So there's some opportunity here for business.
Yeah, this would be like a great coffee shop,
whatever,
restaurant, or a little shop that sells pretty much everything.
Yeah.
It would be great. We need something like that here in town.
Yeah.
Somewhere where you can get like your, you know, immediate needs like toilet paper. And
so there's a bread shop there.
A hairdresser.
A bread shop, and then there's a hairdresser here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, so we're coming up on the other place. Oh, their door's open, so maybe somebody's here and asking what they want for it.
Yeah. That might be, what's his name? Didn't he have a Jeep? Michele Fatoni?
Oh, maybe, yeah, he did. Nah, yeah, he had a Jeep. All right, so I'll get you this information here. 347-444-9179. And I don't know if it's just this part or if it's the whole building. That's the thing. So
walk off our baked pasta we had for lunch.
Yep. Yeah, and then we went to the grocery store because, you know, we shop like a European. You go every couple of days, you get enough food for a couple of days. And so I try not to eat pasta more than once or twice a week because of my diabetes. And so Marisa made this really good baked pasta. I had some for lunch, and I really just wanted something that were minimal carbs. So we went to the local grocery store, Conad, and we got there. It was almost 7 o'clock at night. So they have prepared food. So I got some meatballs, and then they had this, what was that thing called? Crespelle.
Crepes,
holy mackerel. Oh my gosh. And it was with mozzarella cheese and tomatoes, and this thing was heaven. Heaven. And I had the meatballs too. And it was all half off because it was end of the day, and they're like, we gotta get rid of this. So
keep that in mind.
Keep that in mind too. You go.
At the end of the day.
End of the day, you get your
50% off.
You get your get your dinner for the next day or lunch or whatever, or breakfast. In my case, I'm gonna have that Crespello for breakfast. The rest of it. Okay, so here you go. One of these days, I hope to bring this to y'all in 4K or higher. But right now, my computer just will not process it. I don't have a big enough graphics card. So it's 1080 until I get some more money. I can get a bigger computer that's got a bigger graphics card.
So this time of year is particularly beautiful.
No, that's the one thing when you're on these Strada Bianca gravel roads. They are they can be slick because it's pretty sloped. I know the camera doesn't pick up the slope very well, but it's pretty sloped. I was walking Leo. We have the road behind our house. I did shoot a video on that. I think I posted it on the Chilayo, and it's very, very steep. Probably pushing greater than 45 degrees. But anyway, he went after a cat and on the lead, and yeah, I went skiing. So now he has a training collar and he is learning not to do that. He does not like that beeping. Yeah.
No, behind you.
Oh, this house. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's very pretty. Yeah, archways. It's a nice house.
It's a very nice house.
Yeah. And they got great views of the lake.
Oh, they definitely do.
Another reason we like living in this town, because on this side, when you come over here on the west side of where we live, you get these views of Lago Chiusi. When you look out on the east side, or if you go down that road going east, you get Lago Trasimeno. And it really is spectacular. So I don't know if we can, I don't think we can get to the lake from here, can we?
No, it's pretty far.
It is. It's still quite a ways.
It's close, but it's pretty far.
Well, we'd be going through farm fields too, I think. So, all right. Well, we're gonna head back. I'll get you some roses there. Some big roses. All right. Hope you enjoyed this video. It's not gonna track. All right, shout out to our new subscribers. Glad to have you. Shout out to those that send me kind messages and questions. I love answering them. And yeah, if you like what you're seeing, be sure to like and subscribe. And we will see you next Sunday.
Enjoy your Sunday.
That's right.
Enjoy your week.
Ciao.
Ciao.